Hey, welcome back. Please subscribe to the channel and help it grow. Thank you very much. Alright, so before we deal with the invite, because obviously we have to let people invite others to our group, and before we deal with that, what's going to happen is, and actually the invite I think should only be available if it's a public group. I think a private group should probably not have the invite button, but that's entirely up to you to decide what you want to do. So the easy way to change what level do you want just members to be able to invite people and so on, you can just go and change. It's actually an easy fix here. Let me show you 1 second. Here, if you go to group.php and you look for the invite button, so here you can change to any access level that you want. So here all members can invite people. You can change this to moderator, which gives access to both the admin and moderator, or you can just give it to the admin. So it depends what you want there to happen. Okay, so now before we go to that, let's fix a little issue here, a few issues here, because the about section is totally, it is nothing, it doesn't even have the file. And also the other thing is, if I try to change the cover image here, there's actually an error that we did not consider. So let me go to change image.php. Right here I want to do a show, or just an echo, like echo what happens here. Actually, let me just put die over there, die, like that, so that the script will just stop running when it gets to that point. So if I do decide to change here, just change to anything here, so we get this error where it says user data is an unidentified variable on line 22. So if we look here, this is the folder where we save all our files. So if this is not there, then we have a problem. Now the reason we kept user data in here is because this same file is also used during the profile change image. So we just have to put a provision to convert that to group data when we need to. So let's just come to the top here where it is set group data. So I can just ask the question here, just down here, and say if is set group data. So for as long as group data is set, then we know we are in a group and we are not on the user profile side of things. So I'm just going to say user data is equal to group data. Okay, so just doing that will prevent me from having to redefine a user data here, because it's useful in certain circumstances. So here I will want to echo out the folder, for example, so that I am sure that everything is fine. I will put die there because I don't actually want to replace anything. So I'll refresh and there we go. So things are working out fine now, so that's cool. So let's make sure it actually works and resend that message, and we should have oh, we didn't get the change that we wanted, did we? Okay, so let me come back here. Maybe let's see where user data is being used. Fire exists cover, image resize. Okay, so if we're changing the cover, fire exists. All this looks pretty standard. Let me see where we are having a problem here. Let's just try to change it again. So this time let me choose this one. So I don't think we're having a problem actually. Everything seems fine. Okay, so that's good. Now let's go to the about section real quick here. So to do this, we just need to create one of the about content here, group content about, which we're going to copy from the profile content about. So I'll copy this, create a new file inside the whole thing, and paste, save that file. So I'll say group. Now I have somewhere to copy from, so I'll select one of these, but change the very end to about. I think that's what it is. Yes, let's go down here to profile. Okay, there we go. So that's correct. Now if I refresh my button here, you see, there we go, about. Now the about me obviously shouldn't contain that, so let's see what's going on here. So about here contains settings, settings class, get settings. Okay, yeah. So now the thing is, we are getting the settings of my account here, which is the user that is logged in, but we want to see the about section of the current group. So what we will do here, because we know it's already, this is all for the group, so we'll say group data like that, and then we put that user ID there, and that's about it. So about me, and instead of writing about me, so it's going to be about group, so we can say about the group, something like so. Yeah, about the group. So since there's nothing to write about, it has to be on the other side. So it has to be the about section is edited in the settings, so we need a way to see the settings, because currently I am an admin but I can't see the settings. So what I need to do again is go to, let's see here, we don't actually have one for the settings, so not to worry, I'll just copy one from the profile settings and copy everything, do the same thing again, right click, new file, right click on my book, new file, save. So we're going to go for group, just choose one of these and rename it at the end. I don't know whether it's setting or settings. Let's try without an S and check out here. There's an S for the profile version, so we're going to copy that format. Okay, the problem is there's no button here for the settings themselves. So what I shall do is I will go to group.php, and let's check out the access level agreed upon here. So first of all, there's groups. Yes, is group data. This looks pretty standard. So there's requests, okay, there's groups, there's settings. So why isn't this showing up is the question. There's members, there's settings, okay. So this is group.php. Oh, the thing is, groups itself should not even show here, because we might just leave it there. Okay, so here what we want is to change this system here. So here it specifically is looking for when the user is it's the same user ID as the one that's logged in, but you could be an admin of this page and not be the user ID will not match with you here. So let's change the dynamic a little bit, and changing this is rather easy because we already have a prototype of what this should look like, which is right here. So I will uncopy that, and then right here I will replace what I need to replace. So access level, moderator. So this is the same thing here actually. So let's replace this if statement there, like so. So if group access me, who's logged in, is equal to, so it shouldn't be member, it should be I think the group settings are very sensitive, so add that to the admin directly, because we don't want moderators to be able to lock us out of our own page now, do we? Okay, so here we'll go for groups. Group does not exist here, so maybe it's better the user goes to the profile to look for groups and not here. So let's just remove the group link, but you can leave it there if you want, but I don't think it's needed. So settings there, that one makes sense, and there it is. So let's just adjust the settings for a second here, because we don't need the passwords, we don't need the emails, we don't need the gender, we don't even need the last name. However, we may need the, I'll leave this one because we will need it for something else. So let me come here and let's change a few things here. So where is it displaying this stuff? It's in group content settings. Okay, so the selector is right here. I don't need the last name. The first name is the, so placeholder should be group name. Okay, and we don't need the email, so out of here email, we don't need no password, out password. We'll leave this one, and instead of email, it's going to be group type. All right, so group type, what else? First one will be group type. And then here we just put public and private. Yeah, looks like this is it. So refresh, and there we go. Now we are obviously getting the wrong data here, and that's a slight misunderstanding with the user ID we are deciding to use here. So I'm going to do that and change this to group data, and that should sort our problem out, like so. Okay,